The Logitech MX Ergo is one of the weirdest mice you'll ever see because it doesn't move. You move the cursor with your thumb on a trackball. That sounds strange, but if your wrist hurts from using a normal mouse, this thing might actually save you. Instead of dragging a mouse around your desk, the MX Ergo just sits still and you roll the ball. Your wrist barely moves, and add to that the tilt hinge that you can angle at 0 or 20 degrees, and suddenly your hand is in a much more natural position. On the front, we get a micro USB, and for the buttons, this mouse has the most buttons I have seen on a Logitech mouse so far. We have the classical left and right click, the middle click, a forward and backwards button, and the scroll wheel also has buttons on the side, so flicking it left and right will activate different commands. Then we have this button to switch between two different peripherals. And finally, there is a precision button here that will switch between two different sensitivities for your cursor. So either the trackball will move your cursor a lot, or it will be a really precise and slow-feeling cursor for when you need it. Also, if you work on two computers, Logitech Flow lets you switch between them without having to disconnect and reconnect. You just need to move your cursor to the other screen, and the mouse will change the device by itself. But I have to say this mouse is not perfect either. First, it's pretty bulky, and also pretty heavy, especially when you compare it with other computer mice. This thing is meant to stay on a desk in the same place. Second, there's a learning curve. If you've never used a trackball before, your thumb will feel a bit clumsy for the first couple of days. Because you need to relearn how to use a mouse with just your thumb, so you need to have a bit more dexterity. And I feel it's a lot less intuitive than just moving the whole mouse around. And then there's also price. This mouse is significantly more expensive than just a basic mouse. And for gamers, you can forget this mouse because it's pretty hard to move it quickly. And so in any competitive games, it will be really hard to keep up with people that use normal mice in the same servers as you. Now, one question you might have, if you're looking at ergonomic mice is, how does it compare with the MX Vertical, a vertical mouse that's meant to improve ergonomics? Well, if you still want a typical mouse feel, the Vertical is a lot easier to use. But if you want to go further in ergonomics by eliminating wrist movement totally, the Ergo definitely feels more comfortable to use, if you're okay with the learning curve. It's also a bit sturdier and has smarter features with programmable buttons that are, of course, nice to have to improve productivity. So here's the bottom line. If you sit at your desk for hours and you really want to minimize wrist pain and have more comfort, the MX Ergo is a mouse worth trying. It definitely feels a lot more ergonomic than a regular mouse. But if you game a lot, travel often, or just want something cheap, well, this mouse might not be a good fit for you. I hope this video was useful to you. If that's the case, please leave a like, and I will see you in the next one.